Hello there, Melina. Sorry for this delay in my reply. It's so crazy when you think about it. I mean, it shouldn't take me 3 days to reply to a person, you know. I guess the circumstances are kind of against my favor, considering that we're, so far away from each other, and I it's 8 p.m., almost 8:30 now, actually, and I finally just got a chance to sit down. But anyways, better late than never, right? Oh, pardon me, let me just get a drink of water. As I mentioned on Facebook, I've been spending a lot of time outdoors by the beach, getting some sun, trying to get some vitamin D. And the weather's been so nice. I was like, I just feel I'm at this point now where I know the summer's coming. It's going to get too hot. I want to take advantage of the weather now and get all my photography done and stuff. As you know, I'm into photography, and I wanted to show you my camera, my DSLR. It's a Nikon D200. Got this about 8 years ago. It's not a new camera by any means, but I started getting into the photography again because my sister just lent me this lens here. It's 200 millimeter, and it's perfect for like birds and zooming in on things. So I had a blast today. I was chilling by the beach most of the day. Then I went to the park about 5 o'clock. Had some lunch, had some sushi, and I am now finally getting ready to watch my television. If big if, I'm not sure I might be able to do that. I still got some chores to do around the house. But I hope I get to watch my programs tonight. I was going through, I was looking at your video before, again, so to make sure I didn't leave anything out or forget anything. You made an interesting point about the Holocaust. I mean, yeah, Americans seem to be really fixated on it. It's not something I've noticed. I guess I thought the whole world was fixated on it. Maybe the Europeans not so much. But I think the Americans are, because number one, we played a big role in the war, in World War II. Number two, the immigration. A lot of Jewish immigrants came here after the war, and so there's a lot of ancestry. There's a lot of history, a lot of family history that ties into the Holocaust. So maybe that's why. It's really interesting, though. I had a great time looking at your photos. I mean, I love history, and if you notice, all the shows that I watch, if they're not science fiction, they're historical shows, like shows that take place during the reign of King Henry. One of my favorite shows was The Tudors, the Borgias, all the, historical epic pieces. I love that stuff. But as for the Holocaust, I mean, it's crazy to think something like that happened just 70 years ago. I mean, are we really that far advanced now than we were back then? A little, but hey, evolution takes time. I also noticed that you were not looking forward to school. Man, tell me about it. I dropped out of college. I went for 2 years, and I started to get extremely bored with it, and I noticed that it affected my grades. The reason why I didn't do so well after my second year was because I was just, fed up with it. There was nothing in school that captured my attention. I was majoring in electronic engineering. I wanted to know how to engineer solar energy and wind power. Unfortunately, the schools were just so outdated. I felt like I was involved in some medieval curriculum. I was like, you know what? Most of the stuff I'm learning, technology is moving so fast that most of the stuff that I'm learning right now, will be so obsolete in 10 years that what am I doing in school, you know? So that's why I dropped out. That's when I started to do security. And then I tried to get into the fire department after 9/11, and I became an emergency medical technician. And what happened with that was the list got longer and longer and longer, and I was on the waiting list. So I worked as an EMT with a private company. The thing was that the pay wasn't so great, and the responsibility was through the roof. So basically, for all my responsibilities, the paycheck at the end of the day was, a lot less than I deserved. Most EMTs don't make much, and I just figured, it was time to quit, and that's when I got into security. Until my boss retired and sold his company, and they gave me a lousy schedule after that. I was working full-time, and they put me to part-time, so I said, fuck it. And I am now on my way to self-employment. That's something that I'm most comfortable with. I spoke to you about the E-Trade and stuff like that. That's what I'm comfortable with. Being my own boss. I'm an entrepreneur at heart, Part 2 coming up. Stay tuned, same channel, same time. Let me stop it here before something bad happens, and I'll wind up throwing this computer against the damn wall.